10 reasons you don't want to live in Greece. I got inspired to make this video because, okay, Greece has a lot of negatives because it's an underdeveloped country. Some people call it third world country. It's in the limits, in the border to be called a third world country, but no way it's not a proper developed European country. And the taxi drivers here are awful. They're basically criminals. I had the incident before with a taxi. I told him to put a seatbelt because nobody put seatbelts when driving here. 90% of people, they don't use seatbelts. That's why we have a lot of accidents, and I had myself an accident as well at one point last year, 2 years almost, and I had a surgery in my knees, and because of the very bad driving the very bad driving system here. And I told him to put a seatbelt, and he was rebellious, and he sold me, and then I was the rude one. He put a danger our lives, and I am the rude, and he sold me. He called me a rude. I know people they think, why you don't report him? Because here this is the normal. First of all, I don't remember the number of his car. Second, even if I report him, nobody gonna do anything because nobody uses a seatbelt here. This is the normal here. And I've been living in Iceland. And in Iceland, they don't. That even with the bus starts to go to the airport or whatever, they put as a rule every passenger to put seatbelt. Not only the front ones, everybody. The bus, they don't even start without seatbelts. But Greece is the quite opposite of Iceland. It's quite totally opposite. And he sold me, and he was completely rude, and he was unfair, and he wasn't right. I was the right one. So, but now in my list, first of all, rude people and illogical people, because when I tell you, I don't even have to tell you to put seatbelt. You are the driver. You have to know that you have to put the seatbelt. And in general, sometimes people get irritated here. They don't follow rules and they insult you above. Second, again, comes to the first one, not respect rules. First, I put rude people. Second, not respect rules. As I told you with this example, they don't respect rules. 3, unsafe driving. I told you before with this example. 4, conservative mentality. Another problem, we must be of the most conservative European countries. In general, lower countries, South European countries are more conservative in mentality than the North countries. For example, about gay and about drag queens and about homosexuality, especially where in Athens, it's a little bit more blended in the crowd and more acceptable. But even this, we had a lot of sad criminalities. It was an incident that two men killed a drag queen because she's a drag queen. Like, no bothers you where we are living in 5 centuries before. This is a criminal against human nature and human right. And I was so angry and so sad about it. And there was protestations here in Greece about this. Just a boy, he was like to dress a girl, and he was gay and he was drag queen. He was doing theatrical sketches in Athens in some bars, and one day suddenly two men killed him. Imagine the mentality of Greece. Imagine what's happening. That's why I don't want to live in Greece. I always go here, there, try to find my ideal country, because this is not who I am and what I think, you know. 5, heat. The heat is unbearable in the summertime. If you don't like hot weather, you have to wear all the time sun cream. 6, they are very intrusive. They're not They don't understand boundaries, Greek people. They are very onto your face. They are very intrusive. They don't understand subtlety. They don't understand space very much. They are very boof into your face and boof, and they are very loud. Every time anybody can put loud music, I go before to the supermarket, very aggressive, very annoyed, disgusting, very loud music. I can't even call it a music. It was just screamings and loud from a car, They don't respect boundaries. They don't respect quiet. They don't respect nothing of all of this. It's like an anarchy, but in a negative way. Because I believe in anarchy, but in a positive way. I believe in freedom that anarchy gives you, but this is another topic. We'll talk about this another time. It's an anarchy, but in a negative way. 7. In general, Greece have an aggressive energy. Everybody's so irritated. It's not... Because all of this chaos produce you aggressive energy, It affects you. It's a chaos. The driving system is a chaos. The functioning system in general is a chaos. There's no order, 8. Lack of efficiency. The majority of Greek people are useless. I'm telling you straight away. Somebody occupied a specific position, they shouldn't be in this position. They don't have the intelligence and the qualification and the mind to work in this position. They just are there and they are useless. 9. Low salaries. If you want to gain a lot of money, it's not the correct place, Greece, to do that. It's a poor country. And because it's a low mentality, I believe the open mentality goes hand to hand with the economical abundance. For example, Australia, it's open-minded, that's why as well it's good economically. I believe you have to open first the mind and then you open the pocket. It goes hand in hand, these two things. Number 10, I would put, I don't really write anything because I have my list here. I promised 10 reasons and I don't know what really I have to say about the 10th one, but I would say the more North European countries, more cold ones, they don't pay so much attention to the superficial kindness. They pay so much more attention to the efficiency. For example, here in Greece is the quite opposite. They pay so much emphasis to the smiling and to the hypocritical. I don't want that from when I go to a store. I don't mind this. I mind to take the stuff and to go. You don't have to smile me 5 times and to be extremely polite. And this is sometimes, majority of the times, this is against to the efficiency. I prefer you to be efficient and not to be so smiling and not to be so seemingly polite than to be polite and not efficient. But here is the quite opposite. It goes against the other topic of lack of efficiency that I told you before. So, what do you think? Have you ever visited Greece? What's your opinion about it? Comment down below. Thanks.